That's done. Live chat. See the chat. It doesn't seem too bad actually. The internet speed's pretty good. Yeah, look at that. So if I press that one, you can see. Let me see. This is all new. I'm gonna go live chat. Here we go. Alpha prepping, the Great Tribulation, Alan Coleman. I'm not alone, by the way. You don't want to put your face in the camera there. No, he's camera shy. Wow. Darren has it going. The Great Tribulation, cyber attacks. Oh wow. People are chatting already. Different Gear TV. Bloody hot in here. Oh my god. Wow. I'm just going to go to the latest one. Right, before we go any further, can you tell me if the audio and the visual is good? Because if it isn't, we can do something better now rather than worry about it later. And it could be messy because we got beer. Cheers, Carl.
Cheers.
Lee Hart says it's all good. And the Major, if the Major says it's good, you know it's good. Yeah, let's just take you off here. We got a nice Christmas tree. And we got a fire going there with a beer. That's cool. Feels like it's been ages since the last live stream. Yeah, things have been blooming crazy. Hope all well, it's good. Well, we've got 40 people and 34. If you can hit the thumbs up, that's good, because that makes sure everyone gets to see it. Because I was just chatting to my mate earlier, and it seems like I'm one of the only ones in the UK doing this sort of stuff. So let's just try and get as many people on here as possible. Right, the first person at 8 o'clock, Mark Faust. I love you. First person to comment always gets that. Yeah, preparing, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so true. Kenneth Mackey, Marco, Alpha Prepping, High Mountains Bushcraft. Wow, lots of people in the house. Brilliant. Oh yeah, I've got the Sarge here. Hope you're doing well, Wayne, if you're watching me. God, it's weird. Let me see. So yeah, where are you guys? Where are you guys at? Chicago. Well, that's mad, isn't it? Chicago, Illinois. Illinois. Let me think. That was I was banging to House Sound in Chicago years ago. Illinois is the place to be back then. So where are you guys from? Norfolk, the Midlands. That's cool. Northern Ireland. Look at that. Dayton, Ohio. That's Sunny. Hi, Sunny. Oh man, I'm glad you like the video of the sheep. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I'm from Ireland, Suffolk, East Sussex, Northwest, SE20. Is that South East London? Excuse me. Oh, what's this? Chicago, actually still Illinois. Surrey, nice. Kent. Hey brother, that's cool. Hold on, I saw Surrey. No, it's Raggy. Hi, Raggy. South Wales. Whereabouts in South Wales? Because Hampshire. Sweet. Spain. Man, you joking? You in Spain right now, or you just pulling my little chap there? What's that? I heard you in Jeremy Vine a couple of weeks ago. Oh mate, please don't swear, otherwise I'm going to delete you forever. Northern Ireland. Oh, that's cool. How are you settling down in Wales? It's been eventful. How can I say? Slowly, really. It's a slowly thing. Still got lots of stuff in storage. We've managed to get our drive done up to the cottage, so we can actually start getting our stuff up here now. And it's taken ages to get to that point. Up until that point, it was just mud. And I've only got, hey Sonny, Merry Christmas, hugs to fam. Thanks for your donation, honey. That's awesome. Bless you, you shouldn't have done that. I'll have to get you back one of these days. But I'll come to that in a minute. I'm talking about money and whatnot. But yeah, the drive up to the cottage was just across the field. And there was another field crossing our path. And where that point was, it was just impassable. I've got winter tyres, I've got a 4x4 now, and it was just sliding around everywhere. We even had a guy come and deliver some logs to the house, and he had the old tyres I had on a Land Cruiser, the BFG all-terrains, and he struggled to get up there. But luckily, as I said, it's all been done now. They've scraped all of the mud off, exposing some stones, and there's more traction so we can get up to our house now, which is a big thing. The job's going okay. Been busy behind the scenes, put a few YouTube videos up today. Faye, how's it going? Don't worry about it, I've only just gone on. I'll come on a bit early because I wanted to make sure it's all working, because we're trying a new thing. I've got my mate Carl with me sitting over there, but he's camera shy. He's got a face like John Merrick. He doesn't want to be on the internet. He just gives me the finger. But yeah, it's just been mental. So I wanted to see if the comms was working, because for the first time I'm trying, what's it called?
Tethering.
It's tethering. So he's got 4G, loads of it. I've got not much left. The Wi-Fi is a bit crazy inside the cottage, but this seems to be working pretty well. He explained to me in layman's terms, it's like a Bluetooth, isn't it? So the nearer his phone is to where I am, it should be okay. But if you guys say the signal's coming in all right, that's all good in the hood. I have plans to bug out at some point and do the full survival course. Yeah, the courses are going to be up and running as from next year, January, February. We've already had a lot of interest and people are already trying to book already. So once we've got enough people on the books, we're going to be opening that live for sure, 100%. I'm hoping I don't have to take my t-shirt off in here because it's about 48 degrees. It's insane, isn't it? I can't believe that little burner just kicks out all that heat. That's insane. I say our one's more than twice the size of that, but it's a back boiler, so we don't get that nowhere near as much heat. So what is this called? 1698 Shepherd's Neame, one of my favourites. Oh, that's not fair. Once you have one, you want another one and another one and another one and another one. Right, let's have a look, see what's going on. Cool. Won't be able till next year, but I'm excited. Yeah, training, that's a good one. Nice beer. It is one of the best beers going. That's the Shepherd's Neame Brewery down in Kent, I believe. I've got a friend who's in combat stress. His house is just around the corner from there. The smells are interesting, apparently. That's all he's going to say on that. Hey, let me see what's going on here. Just checking. Oh, you went to the gym today. That's a thumbs up. Well done for you, sir. That's me and Carl was chatting earlier before come on live. Born outside. Good to see you, buddy. And one of the subjects that I wanted to cover today was yeah, there's going to be a lot of bad stuff coming down the road. A hell of a lot of bad stuff. A lot of it really hasn't happened before. So we're talking historical terms. What's going on at the moment is, I don't think it's ever really been seen. It's really its ugly head in World War II around that time, but what's coming down the road is going to be real bad. But to be honest, there's nothing really you can do to stop it. There isn't. Protests, what do? Nothing really. All protests do is the police and all the agencies gather as much information as possible. They learn from how large groups of people organise and move around. So they're already getting gemmed up on how we all behave, as it were. Okay, so there's not much you can do about it. So protests don't work. Okay, riots, they work to an extent, but you really need an awful lot of people to do it at the same time. And if riots do happen, you have to be mindful of what happened in Iraq. You know, we went out there and we removed the government and we sort of pulled out. And what happened? All of the bad guys just took over. So if you're thinking of doing something to the government and getting rid of them or something like that, which who knows, you have to be thinking what's going to happen if and when that happens. So like I said, there's not much you can do to stop it, but you can prepare as much as you can. All right. Now, one of the things we mentioned earlier was fitness. It's no good having lots of kit and equipment, not having the time to go testing it out and to see how it works. You need to learn by your mistakes now already, But if you haven't started learning, you're going to be making mistakes when you really need to be knowing what you're doing. Okay. So fitness, lots of people neglect their fitness. I did for a long time. So when I started working with Lee, it was all on hills like this, and just had to push through it. And the more that I went up and down that hill, carrying stuff, pushing wheelbarrows full of stones and sand and stuff like this, it was real hard work, especially for someone just turned 50. Okay, but it's one of them things. You just have to get it up there, and you just have to keep pushing. And every day, after about a week, slowly gets easier. Okay, so if you keep at it, it does get easier. So if you want to go for a run, just jog at your pace, whatever you're comfortable with. And if you start to feel really knackered or not well, just stop, have a rest. And when you feel okay, carry on again. I done it in lockdown last year. I just went for a run around the block. And at that time, I was unfit. So that run around the block was, I don't know, probably just under a quarter of a mile or something like that. And on the first time I'd done it, I think I stopped about 6 times. Okay. And then, as I say, kept doing it, and I was determined to run round there without stopping. And after 4 or 5 days, I did. But it doesn't really take that long, okay? Fitness is really important. Like I said, it's no good having loads of kit and you're not fit enough to haul it around, okay? Or if someone's chasing you, have you got the strength to run away rather than just run for a little bit, stop, and then they're going to catch up with you, and all of a sudden you and your family's in a bad situation. Okay, so fitness is really, really important. So if anyone out there is considering getting fit, well, it's probably a good time because everyone makes their New Year's resolutions and things like that. So January would be a good time to start, or start right now, you know. Let me see, I'm still going to get you a few points that I've said I would going for next year. I'm big on fitness, run 10 miles a day, 7 days a week. I hike and I swim a lot too. Leon, nice. So old Carl over there, he goes, was it mountain biking, running, walking? Yeah. And it's all hilly round here. Where we are in Wales, Powys, I don't think there's anywhere flat, is there? Everything is like this, or like this, okay? The funny thing was me and Lee, we tried out, it's like a map reading course that we're going to be doing for 1 day or a 2-day course. So he had this idea of this route in mind, a circular route from the bug out, going all the way around and then coming back. 16 kilometres it was, and it was all like this. And I was thinking, you know, within like half of a kilometre, 500 metres, I was already thinking there's going to be some people that won't even be able to do this. So we've really got to get our thinking caps on and try and find somewhere not as arduous with the hills. But to be honest, there's nothing around here, it's all hilly. So what we've done is we've put a disclaimer on the course to say you do need a good level of fitness before going on a navigation course, believe it or not. Because as I say, there's no point turning up, paying your money, and then like within 20 minutes, you stopped and you can't go any further. And it's going to ruin it for everyone else. So fitness is one of them things which people neglect, unfortunately, but it's really got to be in the top 10, okay? If there's 10, if you're religious, and you'll do the 10 commandments, one of the 10 commandments should be that you need to work on your fitness no matter what, and it should not be neglected. Another one is comms, communications. Now again, me and Carl was chatting the other day, community. Now there's already communities forming right now as we speak, has been for some time now, with all of the stuff that's coming down the road. It looks like everything's been split into 2. You know, the old Julius Caesar, the Roman Empire, divide and conquer. You get 2 factions fighting against each other. And that is happening right now. You've got people believing in what's going on and people who aren't believing in what's going on. And over time, there's going to be battles between them 2, okay? So people are forming communities, whether it's online, and or physical. The physical communities are extremely hard to do for all sorts of reasons. You know, is the financial, you need to have an income or something like this. So to find a big lump of land and to get 20, 30 like-minded people, families, all to move there, to build from scratch, and to survive there, grow their own food, etc., barter items, make things, sell it to the outside world, pretty much like what the Amish do to an extent. That would be the final pieces of this big jigsaw puzzle I can foresee, is physical communities. But as I say, that's very hard to do for all sorts of reasons. But before that, we've got online communities. So there's lots of groups on Facebook, etc. I already know a few people. They was in a group that they travel around and they meet up at a certain pub at a certain time. And last week there was like 20 people. This week there was 30 people, and next week they're expecting 80. So communities are forming and they are growing at a big pace. Okay, so if you think it's not happening, it actually is. All right. So whether you're in a group or a community, whether you chat privately, encrypted, whether you just do it on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, you just have to be mindful that nowhere is safe online. And yet, some of us, we like to use Telegram and Signal, things like this. They are very, very good, okay? And to be honest, with all of the snooping with police agencies, etc., they're going to be the last places that they're going to check, purely because of the time and the effort it's going to take to unencrypt all of those messages between groups and factions, okay? The easy soft targets will be Facebook and Instagram, because they're both owned by the same entity now. So if you're chatting privately on Instagram, trust me, it's not private. Everything you say and type in, share videos, whatever, it's all being monitored, okay? So it's not very safe to talk communities on those platforms, okay? Encrypted, secret chat on Telegram is pretty good to an extent, but you don't really want to divulge lots of important stuff. The old school way is write a letter to someone, okay? So you get their contact details, you write them a letter. If you really want to be careful, the letter that you write, wrap it up in tin foil, put it in the envelope and post it. They will get it. The first time you do that, it needs to be something like, what do they call it when they encrypt it, scramble it, encode, okay? So you've got the alphabet and you change it into symbols or whatever. And then from that moment on, right, that is kept in a safe place away from prying eyes. And every correspondence after that will be written in code, so only those two people or group of people can understand what's going on. That's old school. It happened a lot in World War II with the French resistance, all that was going on. So the way it's going now, with everything being monitored, that will be one of the surefire ways to communicate. Some people will communicate on ham radio. That's good, not too bad, but you do need a license if you're going to transmit. So I don't actively endorse anyone to just pick up a ham radio and start talking to someone on a selective frequency, okay? You're going to get found out, it's not going to look good, and you're going to be in a lot of trouble, all right? But most of us have ham radios already. Some of us now and again, we check them, turn them on now and again to see if they work okay. You want to scan certain frequencies and listen in what's going on out in the real world. That's important. But I should imagine, not if, but when things go bad, people are going to use those means to transmit. I don't think anyone's going to worry about law at that point, all right? So a lot of people say this to me, and I sort of understand that too. So let me know your thoughts. What's going on here? What's this? I completely quit alcohol about 5 years ago. Best thing I ever did, not look back. Cheers. Oh, that stuff's too nice, you know. Oh my god. Oh, what else is going on here? The Bug Out Shop. Hey, Lee's on here. Carl says a big thumbs up, Lee. He's too scared to come on camera. I'm going to put like a... Should we get a face mask for Carl? A little face diaper. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, Chris, UK Prepper Man. Hi, dude. Hey, I can't believe you shifted all that timber on your motor today. How many? 25 tons? Bloody hell, uphill as well, but that was fun. He's only just passed his HGV and they're getting him doing crazy stuff like that. Wow. What's this? This is a crazy question. Are guns legal in the UK? Shotguns are okay. All guns are okay in the UK. You just need the license or certificate to be allowed to own them, even though you've got a right to bear arms anyway. If you want like real guns, you need a Section 5 license, and the only way you can get that is you get notification from the Home Office or the Home Secretary. So good luck if you want one of those. I think it's pretty much it's who you know in that sort of circumstance. So yeah, looking on here, broadsword calling Danny boy. Oh wow, there's some people on here. Let's move that over here a bit. Right, what's this? WhatsApp has end-to-end encryption. Yeah, WhatsApp has been hacked more times than a pair of drawers going up and down on a cheat pool. So don't even go near WhatsApp. If any of you guys have got WhatsApp, transfer it over to Telegram and delete everything you can on WhatsApp. It's called a cipher. Rambo, cheers, dude. Exactly what it is, a cipher. In fact, that was one of the characters in Matrix, wasn't it, cipher? Yeah. Is that new Matrix film out yet? I think it's due to come out soon, isn't it? Or if it's out now, I don't know.
Aren't fax machines one of the safest ways to transmit?
Fax? Do people still use fax?
I think they're one of the safest ways to transmit.
That's a good point.
Because they're
Fax.
encrypted both ends.
I remember fax machines.
Yeah.
When they first came out, people used to think you got a bit of paper rolled up and put it in there and it went down. Oh my god, how backward people were back then. Lee, have you warmed up yet? Oh, honestly, in this front room, he's had to open the door because it's just. Yeah, it's over 30 degrees in the outside. It's lovely and warm. You go outside, trust me, you know about it. It's cold and damp out there. So yeah, lots going on. Born outside. Let me see. Oh, thank you for my stores aren't bare. Yeah, all looking good then. So lots of people coming on board there. We've got 164 people in the chat. If you can hit the thumbs up, that's really, really cool. Someone says, how are you, Funky? Oh, I'm all right. I'm a little bit tired. But last day at work tomorrow, so I'm having a bit of a break. Well, I don't think there's such thing as a break when you've got a 4-year-old, really, to be honest. But, you know, when he's asleep, it's a break. There we go. The Great Tribulation has just said one word, and that word is called silver. Very, very good. And you know what? I checked the prices earlier. It's down to $22 an ounce now, which is the lowest it's been in at least 6 months, maybe more. So if you're new to the silver game, okay, get as much as you can, all right? Seriously. Because at some point, when the valuations change, it's going to go crazy. Now, there was speculation middle of last year saying that silver was going for $24, $26 an ounce, something like that. And someone said, when this great reset comes and this correction, 1 ounce coin would be worth $1,000. So if you got 50 coins, 50 grand. And how much does it cost you? 50 times $20 odd. So it's a great investment. And of course, people have been using silver and gold for many, many years. So I can't see it changing anywhere soon. It's very, very strange though, because the price is very, very up and down, literally. You know, one day it could be a penny less or 2 pennies more. It's always going up and down. But at the moment, it's a good price. It's really, really good. God, bloody hell. I'm starting to get cramp on my leg. I hate that. Whoops. Right, what we got in here? Preacher Bear, hi. Do you guys have pawn shops in the UK? Yeah, I think we do. I think in the the cash converters and things like that, you get places like that. They're not too bad, but the prices are always ridiculous. Charity shops are good. You can get like really cheap stuff there. Oh, it's going to be a problem. Right, let me see. Just looking through this. Inflation is coming, brace yourself. That's true. A lot of people talk about inflation and hyperinflation. That is one thing to really keep an eye on. I was talking to Lee in the shop earlier because we had a fresh supply of freeze-dried food. Already the prices have gone up. And the thing is, because we buy through an official supplier, there's a certain low price, and you're not allowed to go below it. So we're the lowest price, but like even that's gone up now. So it's not looking good in that sort of regard. Let me just move that a bit. That's better. So yeah, prices are going to be going up. So I would say if you have got any disposable income right now, try and get what you can right now, because if you like and ah about it, 6 months time, it's guaranteed to be a lot more than what it is right now. I mean, I'm having to get tyres for my 4x4, and I got a quote today. The same tyres that I got on my Land Cruiser. Oh, when did I get those? I think it's about 2015. I think it was when I got the tyres for the Land Cruiser. The BFG All-Terrains KO2. They were brand new at the time. There's new ones, KO3 now, but they're going to be stupid expensive. So I want to get the KO2s because I trust them. BF Goodrich guaranteed them for 50,000 kilometres on any terrain. So you get any problems and you get a brand new tyre replacement straight away. When I got them tyres back in 2015, they were £65 each. Right, so that's quite a lot of money for a tyre, as it were, back then. When I found out for a quote today, it was £140 for one tyre plus VAT. £168, I think it is, for one tyre. So it was £670 odd for a set of 4 tyres. I thought, well, and my partner said, you know what, that's nearly half the price of the vehicle that we just bought. So yes, things are going up. And if you don't think they're going up, your head is in the sand and you haven't got a clue what's going on. Oil for my car from 3,500, money rise. Was it 7,000? I don't know what that means. Serbian. Oh, right. They must be talking a different currency. I use those tyres on my Land Rover. Yeah, they're fantastic boots. They really are. I've never had one single problem with those. So, yeah, that's cool. It's just seeing who's coming into the house. France has just taken 4 nuclear power plants offline. That's 10% of their capacity. Wow, that's scary. Oh, Lee said freeze-dried food has gone up because he keeps eating it. The package got damaged. Laugh out loud. Yeah. Oh, it looks like Tactical. Hey, Al, Tactical. Hi, dude. I'm glad you made it, mate. It's been a while. I hope you're all well. I'm just checking in because there's 175 people in here and I'm trying to sort of get through them all. It's a bit crazy. My brother taught me how to shoot the other day. Yeah, learn how to shoot. Definitely. I learned how to shoot years ago, and it never leaves you. Once you get the marksmanship principles, and you're straight back in the zone again. We're going back to the 1700s. Maybe, maybe not. One of the things which I was trying to define on the courses that Lee and myself are going to be doing next year is it's not bushcraft and it's not survival. It's both with prepping as well, chucked into it. Now, the video that I uploaded today, I said basically that you can go into any woodland here in the UK and you are going to find some rubbish somewhere, okay? It is what it is. Unless you're in the Canadian Rockies and you're days away from anyone else, the chances of finding rubbish is very, very slim. But it's still possible. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to understand that when you see rubbish and you are surviving for whatever reason, it's going to be useful in some way, okay? Anything plastic can burn, can accelerate fire, okay? There's going to be materials that can keep you dry, etc. You can build projects with things that you find, okay? It's a lot easier than just cutting down trees all the time, trust me. I've been doing it all day. I've been putting spruce boughs on my shelter. So I've been walking up and down hill like that all afternoon, getting loads of them, putting on my shoulder, carrying it all up there, putting it down, going back. Trust me, if you was to build a shelter for real, it's if you've never done it, it takes a lot longer than you think. and it will burn a lot of calories, okay? So, like I said earlier on, fitness, you really do need to consider getting into shape. I'm a cockroach. Hey, good to see you on here. Cheers, Mike. We've got some ale going down there. So yeah, physical fitness. Like I said, you can't stop what's coming. Okay, it's very important to understand that and to arrive at that conclusion. There's nothing you can do. All right, even if every person in the UK protested and rioted, things will still progress how they want to progress. Okay, so you either get swept along with all of the madness, like lots of people are, or you decide to try and live as happy and as normal, healthy life as you can, without taking part in any of that nonsense. Okay, so there's things that you can do to improve your situation. Like I keep saying, fitness is very important. Learning skills. Okay, so if you've got a bug out bag and you filled it up with loads of brand new stuff, you've not got around to using it. My advice would be is to go out and use it. Watch some videos, see other people, see what they do. That will buy you some time and it will save you making a lot of mistakes. Nonetheless, okay, you watch the video, you've got the stuff, you go out there, you try it. You will still make mistakes. This is what me and Lee was talking about in the shop last week. There's lots of people that brought loads of kit and equipment based on YouTube videos they've seen. They've stocked it up, they've collated it, they've put it into bags, and they've not really used it, okay? But I think a lot of people think, because I watched a YouTube video 7 months ago, if things go bad or when things go bad, I know I'm going to go out there and do what that guy done in the video. Trust me, you're going to make mistakes. And the problem is when this thing drops for real, you're going to need to know what you're doing at that point. You don't want to start learning from then, okay? Like I say, you're just going to make a really seriously evil, bad situation 10 times worse by cutting yourself, getting infected, getting sick, okay? So even something simple like water, we all need water to survive, right, and stay hydrated, especially when you're shelter building, when you're moving across vast expanses of ground. You need to stay hydrated, and if you can't clean and purify water, you're screwed. Trust me, I was off work for a week with the flu and it knocked me for 6. And I was just thinking, if I was out there in the wilds on my own with hardly any food left and I had that then, there's a very strong chance that you'll probably die there. I'm not joking, okay? Because the effort that's required just to get up and move around, when you've got the shakes, you've got the hot and cold sweats, you want to be sick, you've got diarrhea, your aches and pains all over, you're so tired, you can't sleep. Imagine that, when you're outdoors and it's freezing cold and it's windy and your shelter's rubbish because you're too weak to do it properly. You're going to go downhill very, very fast, okay? And I remember, Roach, if you're still on here, mate, you applied for that show in the States, some survival thing. And there's like a questionnaire, and they said, "Then what scares you the most?" And Mike put down there, getting sick, and it's so true. That's one of the worst things that can happen to anyone trying to survive in the wild, is getting sick, because it makes your job, as hard as it is, and it is hard, 1,000 times harder. When you try and go out there and chop firewood and fix that leak on the shelter and go and set traps and try and go hunting when you got the flu, trust me, some people can't even get out of bed, and they're in a controlled environment at home. Temperature, you're out of the wind and rain, etc. You've got access to food, clean water. You take all that away, and then you get the flu. Trust me, you're in big trouble. So you need to learn these skills now, okay? If any of you guys have got a bit of downtime over holiday, over Christmas, use that time just to go out for the day, get a bit of fresh air, and just try lighting fires in about 4 or 5 different ways, okay? You will make mistakes. We all have. All of you guys out there who have done stuff like I've done, the only way to learn is make mistakes. And I've made tons of them. I really have. And that's after watching loads and loads of videos. I've made loads of mistakes. But I've learned from them. And I know where I've gone wrong. I've corrected them. So I'm at a point now where, because I've made so many mistakes, I've learned so much. I'm prepared to share what I've learned to others. And that's one of the reasons why we're doing these courses, to help loads of other people get from that zone from watching YouTube videos, buying kit equipment, um, and getting them out there and showing them how to do it. So they can come around here and they can watch me. I'll demonstrate how to use ferro rods and feather sticks and this, that, and the other. And they've never done it before. They're going to be doing it. I can actually go around to people one at a time and correct their handholds, etc. Show them where they're going wrong, explain what they're doing and why it's not working. You won't get that on the video. Someone stood behind you. Okay, so doing courses is a lot more. You're going to learn a lot more. Okay. And the funny thing is, me and Lee, we spent ages looking around the UK for other like-minded courses, and there's not one course that's the same as what we're doing. And looking at even survival courses, we are cheaper by far than anyone else. So we are expecting a massive influx of people coming onto these courses because, like I said, you don't want to start making these mistakes when things go bad. You need to make sure that you hit the ground running. Okay, you've heard that term. You don't want to just start walking into something where you should be running. Okay, and trust me, when things go bad, things are going to be changing quickly all the time. And you've heard that term that the US Marines use, and it's true. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. It's exactly the three things that you need to understand. All right. One of the things which me and my partner learned was when we moved straight out of our comfort zone. So we was at sea level, everything was flat. We had like gas central heating on a timer. So when we woke up in the morning, before the alarm went off to go to work, the house was already nice and warm. There was a car outside. There wasn't no trekking across fields through mud. And it's just a drive to work, go there, do that horrible, boring job, come home again. And every time we wanted something to eat or drink, it was no more than 2 minutes away. So that was our comfort zone. So where we are now, we're right out in the hills. The nearest drive to a shop is about 15 minutes. Okay. And that is open at limited hours, and it's very small and it's very limited in what it sells there. If you want to go to another town, that's 35 minutes drive away. On a good day, if you're not stuck on a tractor, it's always wet where we are most of the time. Even if the forecast says it's dry, you've got that mist and it blows along and everything's soaking wet. So we got wet, we got mud, we got cold. It's usually been on average 2 degrees C during the day where we are, compared to what it was down south. And everywhere we go, it's all hills, up and down. So it's a lot of strain on vehicles, clutches, etc. A lot of strain on your legs if you're not used to it. And everything takes longer because everything's so far away from each other. Like I said, we had everything that was 2 minutes away. Here you go to Tesco's, which was like 4 times the size of the nearest one we've got, which is like half an hour away. So it's a big difference. So we decided to make that leap, get out of our comfort zone, go to somewhere where I think it's the biggest county in Wales, isn't it, Powys, with the least population. So it's the biggest county with minimal people living in there. It's very, very harsh environment to live, but we love it. And yeah, we've moaned about it now and again when we've been like knackered and things are hard and stuff, but it's not until the evening you sit down and you contemplate it and you learn from it. And the more you do it, the better it gets. So yeah, getting out of your comfort zone and adapt. That's another good thing you should try yourself with, okay? I'm in the city, my situation is different. Yeah, as I say, we moved out of the city. I lived in a place called Lee Park, which is right near Portsmouth. Now, that was, for many, many years, they said it was the biggest council estate in Western Europe. And the amount of crime, problems, drugs, violence, it was horrendous. And I just didn't want my son growing up in that environment. So we're glad that we moved and we did, because they're already building 3,000 homes just up the road, 2,000 over there. And it's going to create more stress, more traffic, more parking problems. The shops are going to sell out quicker because they're not putting more shops in. Like what they should do, really, we should all know this, when they sort of develop areas of infrastructure, they build loads of houses, but they never build shops to go with them, or enough shops. So what shops are dotted around just get overrun and they run out of stuff because there's just too many people living there. It's a big drain on water and sewage, and you can just foresee already a simmering major problem in the area where we lived, just overboiling. And then you add all of the nonsense that's going on around the world right now on top of that, and then we thought, well, we need to get out quick, and we're glad we did. But there's a lot of you people out there who are considering the same. And someone was chatting to me on Instagram the other day saying that they're coming over in a few months to Wales as well. And there's quite a few going up Scotland as well. Excuse me. Right. Wow, that's cool. Leon Hogan. 22, healthy, a lot of boxing, mixed martial arts, judo. Yeah, done judo, yellow belt, that's cool. What are you doing? Hiking, swimming, practicing my bug out plans. That's really cool. Do you know what? For someone who's 22 years of age, that is really encouraging to see. So, pat on the back for you, Leon. That's seriously good news, well done, mate. The more rural, the better. This is deep in the bunker. But make sure you have an abundance of food in the winter months. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we do plan on next year because we moved here in the winter. You can't really grow much in the winter. But when spring comes, you know, we're going to be growing our own, attempting to. I can already see him laughing over it. I think you need polytunnels out here a lot, don't you? If you haven't got a polytunnel, it's a bit of a cold winds, not much sun. Things grow slowly, so you want to try and keep some sort of heat in. Let me see. What's this saying? Oh, it's just people having a laugh in there. Metallic Reality. Hi, how's it going? Oh, I've got the card, by the way. Thanks for sending that. And yeah, we're staying at this holiday place at the moment. So when we go back tomorrow, I think little boy's going to be hanging out on the tree. And I'll send you the picture if I find it. I'm not at home at the moment. How long do you plan to be on for? Don't know, what's the time now? I've got a bloody clue what the time is. 10 past 9. Oh, I started at 8:30. Probably about 10 o'clock, just after. Don't want to be too late, so I've got work in the morning. So yeah, it's up to you, but that's what time I'm planning on going. So that's all good. Remind me to tell you I heard about reasoning behind no infrastructure for new estates. Yeah, honestly, if you're in a housing estate or whatever, try and get out as soon as you can. That's my advice, because things are only going to get worse. What I think one of the plans is, of what's coming down the road, is ultimately they, and you can use whatever name that you want to describe they want everyone in cities, in big cities. It's going to be a slow, drawn out process. So if any of you guys are thinking SHTF is going to happen in one day and everything's going to change, I really doubt that. The only way that could happen if there's like a nationwide power cut. Okay, so I'm not really sure if and when that can happen, sort of thing. All right. Lots are going to change, but like I said, it's going to be a slow thing. Oh my god. Someone's just paid some money. I've just seen on the top of there. What the F's going on here? I've just got to go back because I've 250 my beep compliments of the season to you and your family. Oh my god, seriously? Whoa, man. Alright, eat my fingers. Man, I can't tell you how much that means because we're a bit stuck at the moment. So, wow, I'm looking at the screen. I can't believe that. Thanks, brother. On last of the beer. Holy moly. Jeez. Yeah, Faye, did you just see that? I can't believe that. The guy's a legend, isn't he? Bloody hell. Do you know what? That's going to go towards them tyres, isn't it? Bloody hell. Do you remember what I said? 670 odd quid for them tyres. Look at that. That's a big chunk of that. That's bloody awesome, that is. Wow. Smashes it once again. For sure. Preparation. Yeah. Someone said that. Was it Willy Wonka? So yeah, anyway, I was a bit sidetracked there because that was a rather large sum of money just landed on our laps there. And you wait till I tell my partner later after this, you won't believe it. Oh, seriously. That's a bit bonkers, dude. But yeah, like I said, they're going to want everyone in cities. So this is going to be a long drawn out affair because it's going to be impossible for them to do it quickly with the amount of private security, military, and police to do this. Okay, even if they keep banging on with how bad this thing is getting, you know, the issue. Excuse me. So another thing, what they're doing is villages, very small villages. I think on purpose they are being defunded, as it were. So just say for argument's sake, you've got a village, it's got 50 houses in there. There's a pub, there's a post office, and maybe a baker's or a convenience store, something like that. Okay. Over time, the pub will probably be the first to go, which is a shame because that is a physical meeting hub. Okay. Now I said this ages ago on live streams before that one of the reasons why I think the smoking ban come in was to stop people going to pubs. Most people who went to pubs smoked, so I said no more smoking. So that calmed down a bit. Then at the same time, or thereabouts, they made prices of alcohol in supermarkets so ridiculously cheap. It's a no-brainer. You can go to the pub and spend £3.50 on a pint, or you can get 4 cans of beer for the same price and go around your mate's house. So that's what a lot of people done. So less and less people went to the pubs. Obviously, they're putting the rent up at the freehold, etc., for the landlords. So they're struggling. So they had no choice really, just to let's get out, shut the pub. So that village has lost its pub, its hub, its meeting place. So then you've got the post office. Okay, post office has been screwed as soon as Crozier moved in on the post office. And he announced not long after he arrived as a CEO in the position, all of the things changed within the post service. So you had certain sizes of parcels, letters, weights, and it all got very, very expensive. Some of you know when I first started YouTube, I used to send loads of stuff to people all around the world. And one of the reasons for that is because I was in a better financial position at the time. But secondly, the cost of posting stuff was very, very cheap compared to what it is now. So it is a lot easier for me to just send, you know, stuff to Moscow Prepper, well, Survivor Russia now, stuff to America, all over Australia, New Zealand, send it all around the world. Can't afford it now because it's too ridiculously expensive. So people are using the post office less and less and less. So the post offices are going to go at some point. Then you've got like the convenience store. So with the attraction of the out-of-town stores, you've got like your TK Maxx, you've got your B&Ms, you've got your Home Bargains, very, very cheap food and goods, etc. Compared to what's going on the other flip side of it all. Okay, so they're purposely trying to get people in villages out of villages. They can't afford to live there. Petrol station in the next village is closed down. So whoever's living in that little village has now got to drive miles away to get fuel. They've got to go miles away to go to a post office to post something, etc. So they're going to be going, it's just getting so expensive and hard to live here now because our infrastructure of businesses and then commerce has gone. So one by one, people will leave their villages. So over time, a period of time, depends how stubborn and how wealthy the people are in these villages, the villages will slowly die. Okay, then people will probably move to towns, a nearby town. And what will happen to that town is it will slowly be developed, okay, because you've got key infrastructure in place there already. You've got all the services there. You've got gas, electric, internet, etc. already there. So it's easier for property developers to go to these towns and expand that town because it's already got gas and electric there. They just tap onto it and expand it. You try going to the middle of nowhere where there's nothing and then start. Okay, it's so expensive and difficult to find a plot of land in the middle of nowhere and get electric, gas, water, all that plumbed in there and fed from somewhere. So it's more efficient from their eyes to expand an existing town. So small little towns that people quite like to live in, a little market town, probably about like 1,000 people. All of a sudden, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. They're going to go, oh, this is just ridiculous, and they're going to try and move somewhere else, and so the problem exacerbates. Okay, but what they're going to try and do, like I said, they're trying to get everyone into cities. They're going to make it so expensive to live in these towns and villages, and they're going to slowly cut off services there, the shops, etc. So you're going to have lots of houses there, all the pubs and stuff and shops and stuff will slow down. So you're going to have a town with just houses. And they're going to go, well, I've got to drive 30 miles now to the nearest petrol station. Sod this. They're going to end up in a city, okay? The cities will continue to expand. The countryside will slowly dwindle down. The only people in the UK countryside in the next 15 years are going to be very wealthy or very stubborn preppers. So I like to put myself as a very stubborn prepper. I'd love to be wealthy, but I'm not. But it is what it is. And trust me, there's people in the countryside with vast amounts of money, and I can't see them giving up easy and going to a city which is surrounded by noise, you're overlooked, you've got traffic problems, you've got parking problems, you've got violence, and all of the headaches and the pollution that comes in a city. You got to the countryside, you got nice clean air, you got peace and quiet, you got not much light pollution, you got very little crime, okay, you got very little sirens, police, all that sort of rubbish going on in the countryside. It's a completely different way of life. So that's why lots of preppers are trying whatever they can to come up with a solution to move from the city to the countryside. Now, luckily for me, I couldn't have done it without having a job to go to. So luckily I found a place of work, which was the key, okay? Anyone who's looking to do something similar, look at an area and look at the jobs that are available in that area. If there's jobs there, my advice is to say to them, can I come along for an interview? Can I work for you? Blah, blah, blah. You go and meet them, everything's okay. What you need to say is, I have to give 1 month's notice to my current employer. Is that okay? The chances are they'll say yes. As soon as they say yes, you have put yourself into a position where you've got 1 month to find a property, get rid of all of the crap that you don't need, turn it into money, put it all together, and make the move. Okay? That's what we've done. The only way that I found by doing this is to put myself into a corner which I couldn't get out of. So I accepted the job, I found a house. Right, we're moving in 3.5 weeks. We've got like a big 3-bedroom house crammed full of stuff, and we're going into a tiny 2-bedroom cottage. So it was loads of stuff down at charity shops, loads of stuff down at tip every single day, just getting rid of stuff that we didn't need. To be fair, lots of the stuff that we did get was second-hand and from charity shops. It didn't cost us a lot of money, but we liked the thrill of the hunt. We like going into 20 charity shops, and after all of them in a day, we'd come back with a carrier bag or two of really expensive, nice stuff, which we paid very little for. And we quite liked them, so we kept them. And over a few years, and when you actually put yourself into this position like I did, you think, do I really need that, and that? It stayed in the loft, it stayed in the cupboard for like 4 years. We never used it. I only paid £2 for it. Let's take it to the charity shop. Or another thing that I've done, some of the things which could make money, I sold. It took a while, but in 3.5 weeks, I made £1,000, just over, on eBay by selling stuff I didn't want anymore. Okay, little dogs. Someone trying to get in again. Where has the dogs for? But yeah, that's what I've done. So I put myself into a corner where I had to act. Okay. So I had like 3.5 weeks to get rid of everything in the house I didn't need, make as much money as I could to go towards the move, and it was hard, but it was the only way that I found that I could actually pull it off. Otherwise, the danger, and this is important to note, the danger of not putting yourself into a position where you have to go, no matter what, is you will find ways and reasons to talk yourself out of it, okay? And if that happens, which is very likely, you will not actually make the move. You will still be where you are now in whatever, 1, 2, 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is. Well, we had next door neighbours where we lived. They were in their 90s, and the guy, Bob, he fought in Korea. One of the nicest neighbours and couples I've ever known. Really nice people, but they stayed in that house. I think they was there for 60 years and never really moved. And it's a really, really bad area now. And it's a shame because they're so nice, them people, and they're so helpful and kind. And they grow their own food, they're quite self-sufficient. They deserve better than being stuck in the street where there's arguing, shouting, horrible karaoke's, parties in the summertime. So when it's hot, you have your windows open, and all you can hear is music till 2 in the morning. Cars zooming up and down the road where it should be going 10 or 20, they're doing like 50 with music blaring. There's animals out around, there's kids in that street, you know, it's a horrible place. So that is a big problem. A lot of people will talk themselves out of doing it. So I'm not saying this is the way to do it. All I'm saying is this is what I've done and it worked for me. As I say, I put myself in a position where I had to move. And I did. And it's really hard. And the reason it's hard mainly is financial. Because we didn't really have the money, because, you know, me and my partner are homeschooling our son, okay? So, you know, my partner doesn't work, I do. So whatever money I earn, it's got to support my partner and my son. And until we get these courses up and running, you know, my money is like zilcho. So yeah, we're really struggling as it is, but we had to make that step. And this is an important note to remember. We had to make that step from an overpopulated, busy urban environment, which at some point is going to turn seriously nasty over the next 3 years, I'd say. We had to get out because we'd have, we missed the opportunity. We've got to stay here another year and another year and another. Before you know it, it's too late. You know, the opportunity that you did have is gone and it's going to be chaos. So that's where we are. That's what we've done. And yeah, move from the city to the countryside. One of the best things I've ever done. I wish I'd done it years ago. Like I said, it'd be a lot easier if you've got a lot of money to fund stuff. You know, we had a crappy little Skoda. To be fair, no, it's never let us down. It's always started first time. The electric windows broke, so we've been driving around for about a year with no windows that can't open. We didn't afford to get them fixed. The MOT runs out in January, so the plan is I'm trying to get as much money as I can so we can get that car, an MOT, I think that's £50. A service, that's going to be around £100. To fix the electric windows will probably be another £100. So if we can get that money, which it looks like I've got now, which is absolutely shocking, that car, we're going to give it a good clean inside and out, and we're going to sell it. Now, hopefully, we're going to get the same money that we've actually spent on it, okay? Which is very, very unusual to buy a car, keep it for 2 years, and sell it for the price you got it. It always devalues, but I'm hearing lots of stories, and some of you can confirm this if you're listening now. Have you noticed firsthand the second-hand cars? Are they actually going up in money to buy? Because my partner's parents, they said that their car that they've got, it's gone up £500 in 2 weeks. So whether that's a common thing with what you guys are noticing, let us know. I'm going to have a quick look because I'm sorry I haven't read any comments for the last 20 minutes. Second-hand cars are, was it aluminium? Someone can't spell aluminium. Of £2,000 at the moment. Okay. Shops putting empty packets in their bin. Yeah, Leon, there's a term for that, and I can't remember, the name escapes me now, but all supermarkets and shops do it. If they're running low on stock, they get what they have and they bring it right to the front of the shelves and fill it out to give the impression that there's loads there. There is a term that they use to doing this. Maybe someone can whack it in the chat, but yes, that's commonplace long before the issue happened. Okay. Is it new cars are struggling because of a chip shortage? Ah, right. That probably brings in with Taiwan because lots of silicon and chips are produced in Taiwan. Excuse me. So with the threat of the CCP over there, that could be a cause for concern. Plus um, shipping staff and shortages and all that sort of drama that's going on. Yeah, that could make sense because if no one's buying new cars because they're not making as many, they're just going to get second-hand ones, aren't they? Look at the second-hand car prices in Spain, crazy. Really? So it's happening in Spain as well. So it's not a nationwide thing. I haven't had a car in 5 years. I hate it. Very difficult getting around. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Some of the comments on there. Someone just put, "I ate spam yesterday." What the hell? You guys are bloody bonkers.
On the wrong channel, should be on there.
God blimey. God. I thought there was a shortage in crack cocaine, but obviously not. Unbelievable. Yeah, so yeah, mainly I want to know at the moment what's going on. I'm going through the comments, sorry guys. It's called fronting. Ah, is that what the term is in the supermarkets? Fronting. Okay. Facing up. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking. That facing up. That's what they do. So yeah, I want to know about cars. Now, are cars going up, and if it's the chip shortage, maybe I don't know. Bojo wanted that nobody will own a car. Oh well, but yeah, so that's the thing for me at the moment. Sell the car, get what I pay for it. That big lump of money will help like you wouldn't believe. It will get us way out of that danger zone that we're in with the overdraft. That'll bring it right down and give us more breathing space. The new year coming up, the weather's going to get better, obviously, as from Christmas Day with the solstice, etc. So the days are going to get longer. People will start going on the courses. Some good money will start coming in. One thing which is still a concern for us is the internet at our cottage. Only today, my partner, she had someone with a high vis come on to near our land, and she went out to sort of question him. And he said he's doing a survey on the poles, telegraph poles, because we've before I took on the property, the landlord signed up us onto a community fibre optic high speed broadband community. So it's supposed to be installed this month. So I was really hoping it was, but my heart sank when my partner said the guy come around to do the survey. Once all the results from that survey goes back to the office, it's going to be discussed. That can take like 6 weeks. Just bonkers. I also imagine they got other stuff to do, so it gets put in a filing system or some description. And then they said, by the time they actually gets round to it, it'd be another 6 months. So if this guy doing the survey is speaking some truth there, it really means that we're not going to get any internet until summertime, which is a massive kick in the nuts because I've already paid for a domain name. I've already bought rights to a website. I've already paid for what's it called, WordPress, to build a website, and it's all on hold because I can't develop it without the internet. I've got a friend helping me, and he says he's got no problem building it for me, but he needs to be in constant internet chat with me to actually create it, and it's going to be files swapped around, and it's like a team viewer type thing where one can see what's going on. We can both interact and get him to build it. So without the internet, proper internet, it can't be done. And I even said, I'll do it on my phone, with limited 4G. It's just not going to happen. You just can't do it. So that's a big ball ache for us, not having the internet, because, once I get that, then I can start making more regular videos and doing stuff at the weekends, doing more live streams, etc. But until then, it's looking really iffy. The problem is, if this bloody fibre optic thing is not going to be installed until summertime, the options I have got is to get the 4G thing. Now, outside my front door, I've got 1 bar of 4G. So whether that's worth doing or not, I don't know. I don't know if it will work. If I had like a good reception, then maybe that's going to be doable. But even if I did, I'd have to sign up to a minimum 1 or 2 year contract. Now, what would happen? I'll sign up for, say, a 1 year contract, and in like 4 or 5 months' time, this broadband's ready. Then, if I wanted to get out of that contract, I'd have to pay right up for another 6 or 7 months, and then start paying for this other one. And the money's just not going to be there, so I'm stuck without the internet. So at the cottage currently, where we live, we're right up in the hills. The weather's crazy. Sporadically placed neighbours all over the place, like a long way away. Shop probably 20 minutes drive away when it's open. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. There's no internet, there's no TV, there's no landline. So yeah, we've got no phone, we've got no internet, we've got no telly. So we're pretty much cut off. The only internet I do get is when I'm at work, but obviously I'm working during the day, so I can't be on the internet doing what I want to do, which is obviously fair enough. The only sort of thing I can do is after work I can go on it, but the problem is, my son needs to eat and get settled for bed, and we're quite a drive away from where I work, so I can't do that either. So I'm pretty screwed, and it is what it is. Some people are saying go on Skynet, but as far as I'm aware, that stuff's nowhere near ready yet. And if it's anything to do with that Elon Musk, I don't want anything to do with that tosser. Not a chance. I don't trust that Elon Musk as far as I can throw him through that fireplace. So if you guys recommend Skynet, I'm sorry, but you're probably on the wrong channel. Someone's put, I hate cigarettes, but I love cigars. Oh my God, he's up there with a spam guy. OMG. Oh, Independence, that Muppet Coudain run all Bath. Wow, unbelievable. Right, what have we got in here? Max Power, Brett and the Cowper Dog Adventure. Get yourself a 4G dongle, a 30-day roll on and off contract. Do you know what? I think I've done that. Oh God, ages ago. I was with Vodafone, and I've got a Vodafone. I don't know. It's like oh Christ, I can't remember what they called it now. It's like this device about this big, and I think it works similarly. I had to buy a SIM card and put in it and pay for data. The problem was, again, that was in a cottage. The signal was so bad. If I was to watch like a YouTube video, say 10 minutes long, it would play 10 seconds and it would buffer for about 30 seconds and play another 10 seconds and then buffer again. So it was useless. So we struggled with that for a month. And then when the bill came, it was £87. So that dongle thing, not a chance. Dongles work if you've got a really good 4G signal inside and outside the house. If you haven't, I don't think they're going to make any difference whatsoever. I could be wrong, but that's just based on my experience. And that was after when I checked the Vodafone website to see that my postcode was covered, and it was all red and it said, yeah, 100% full coverage. Oh, brilliant. So I got it, signed up to it, and it was absolutely nonsense. So yeah, bad experience with internet. Always have. Do you know what though? Every single mobile phone that I've bought in the last 10 years, no matter who it's with, whether it's EE, Vodafone, I'm with Tesco Mobile now. Every single one, the reception's been crap. Very rare I get more than 2 bar, no matter where I go. That's work, living. It's really hard to understand. And with some of you guys that get like full network and they get like full 4G, oh, I'm so jealous. Seriously. Right, let me see what we've got in here. I'd like to know what site is good to buy silver. Well, the problem is when I got all my silver, it was before the Brexit thing happened, so I got it all tax free. Any of you guys buying it in the UK, you've got to pay 20% on top now, so it is expensive to buy. My advice is to get it on eBay. Now, obviously eBay is a dodgy area, but my advice, if you are contemplating it, get silver coins. You want to try and, if it was me, I'll get 4 9s fine. If you don't understand what that is, it's the purest silver that you can get. Not only can you use it as currency for a tender, you can actually convert it to make colloidal silver. Now, I've got a friend in London who actually does this, and I need to get in contact with him once I'm settled and gone through all this transition. You need a water distiller. your water needs to be 100% pure water. And you get these 49 silver is medical grade silver. Okay, so it's the purest silver you can get. You put this silver coin in distilled water and you put an electric current through there for a certain time. That water is then colloidal silver. Now, colloidal silver, if you don't know, there's so many antiseptic properties you would not believe. In fact, when I spoke about this last year on Livestream and stuff, back then, a lot of people said, it's rubbish, it doesn't work. Well, the thing is, they're putting silver on handles, silver spray on handles and supermarket trolleys now, because silver is probably the most effective antibacterial agent that you can find on planet Earth that we know about right now. Nothing kills more germs than silver, all right? So if you can make your own water with silver in it, colloidal silver, you can use that for all sorts of things. Cleaning yourself, killing germs, drinking it daily, which is fantastic, okay? There is a bit of a science to it, but to be honest, if my mate Dave from London could do it, I think anyone could do it. So silver, 49 is fine, silver is what I would do, getting them from eBay. I wouldn't pay anything more than £30 per 1 ounce coin, all right? Silver maple leaves are good. American eagles are good, but they're getting hard to find because all the Americans are buying them. I would try and stay away from Britannia coins because so many people want them because they collect them. So silver maples are a good one. It seems to be that the further you go back, 2016, the prices are higher. So if you get some from 2021, that'll be cheaper than what's coming out next year. So that would be my advice. So search for that. When you find a couple, go on there and scroll down the eBay page and look for sellers other items, right? If you click on that, and if this guy's got, say, more than 2 or 3 other silver coins, right, and people have bidden on them, that's a good sign. If you can go to his feedback and look at his feedback, right, and it's more than 99%, that's another good indicator. That would be the guy that I buy or bid for some coins, okay? What we got in here? £27. Oh, right, yeah. Oh,
That's
Atkinson's.
That's what I use.
Will they put tax on top of that, or is that
That's the price.
that's the total price?
Yeah.
That's well good. We're just talking silver. Just put them onto the website there, Atkinson's. So that comes recommended. I used to get them, what was it, bullion by post. That was one that I used as an alternative for the company that I did use. The company that I did use was in Estonia, and it got around the tax thing. So all of the coins I got was no VAT. When Brexit thing happened, it was everything got a bit more expensive. But to be fair, I was buying my coins at 22, 23 pounds per coin back then. But it's weird because everything's gone up, but the spot price of silver is $22 now. So $22, what's that in pounds? What's that, £17? But even then, you know, you just showed me the coin's £27. So they're having it rotten with the tax already. So the spot price is never going to reflect the true value of the coin. Okay. So when you see, the value of silver is $22 per ounce. Okay. The problem is because there's such a high demand for silver and there's not much of it around, the prices go up. Okay. So even if the price says it's $22 spot price, you will not get a coin for $22. Okay. There'll be something wrong with it or whatever, they have milk spots or God knows what on it. So that would be my advice. Go on eBay and search around that way, or go to Atkinson's. Is that a UK website, is it?
Yeah, they're cheaper than bullion by post.
Cheaper than bullion by post. That's pretty good to hear. I was only put on by them because my mate who does the silver stuff is saying if there's any problems, well, you won't get any problems with those. But other websites, he didn't really say. So
Never any problem.
if you've never had any problems, mate, and you
Yeah.
bought thousands, didn't you? Nah, that's another thing, right? If you have got silver, never tell anyone how much you've got, and never keep it in your house. All right? Never keep it in your house, and never tell anyone how much you got. 2 Silver rules there for silver. So yeah, that's pretty much a little tiny bit I can tell you about silver. I don't want to bang on up here all night, and other people got other questions for me. Let me see. What's this? Let's have a look. Alpha Charlie Concepts. Hey John, how's it going, man? You alright? Hope you're doing well, son. Yeah, well, sorry I didn't get back to you on Signal. Honestly, with this move and everything's just been so chaotic. My internet, like I don't want to bang on about it, it's just been pretty much zero. I'm at a friend's house at the moment, bouncing off of his tether off his phone, so we just about managed to get this off the ground. Right, let's see what else is going on here. Right, let me see. Lots of people talking about Russia. That's another sideshow, I think. Russia and China. That's going to bubble on for ages. Yeah, wait for North Korea and then wait for Israel to pop up. It's all rumours of war and war. It always happens. Let us know. I bought a box of 30 for 20 quid on eBay. Decent sized bulbs. That can't be silver. I think someone's talking other stuff. Here you go. Silver Maples, Cougarans, Britannia's available at £24 on the Silver Bullion Group on Facebook. I'm really sorry, but I've never done Facebook and I never will do, so I can't possibly comment on that. Let's see, what else is on here? I'm going to be signing off in about 15 minutes, so if any of you guys want to get a question in to us, then shoot, okay? There's not really any questions. People are just chatting about all sorts of stuff in here. All right. Yeah, 0.999. Yeah, 0.999 silver is a good quality silver. It's obviously high quality. It's just a little tiny bit off of medical grade. So I don't think you can make colloidal silver with 3 nines fine. Okay. It will go down if you do what is it, 925. That's silver that people use in jewellery. Sterling, sorry. Yeah, that stuff. There's a lot of nickel in it, I think. So basically, the higher the number, the more pure it is. The lower the number, the more other metals it's got in there. Okay. And there is a way that you can test it. And I've seen people do YouTube videos on it. And what they do is they get like, what do they have? They had like a stack of like domino shaped magnets. Sort of mounted within like a frame. So basically you just hold it at an angle like that, you put your coin in there and it slides down. That's all you do. If it slides down very, very slowly, there's practically 100% chance that that's genuine silver. You can get a 10p piece and put it on there and it slides down fast. Okay, so if you buy a silver coin and you put it on there and it slides down fast, there's an extremely high chance that it's fake and it's not silver. All right. I got around this because, long story short, years ago I bought a set of knives, kitchen knives called Global, very expensive set of knives, and they come in this big, huge 1 meter long magnetic strip. The magnetic strip didn't get used in the last property because there's nowhere really to put it in the kitchen, so it stayed in a cupboard. So I got it out of the cupboard, turned it around, and it's one big sloping magnet. So that's how I test all my coins. I put it onto this 1 meter thing, and all of them slide down slow. And I would say that 90% of all my coins I got from a reputable dealer, and I know they're genuine. The rest of them, I've chanced it a little bit on eBay, and luckily for me, they've all been genuine. They've all done that slow sliding test. Some people say that you can fake that test or do something to it to make it do that. There is some element of truth to that. You can take a tiny little bit of it off and expose it to certain chemicals, and that will give you an answer. But to be honest, if you've got nice, brand new, beautiful coins, do you want to take tiny little chunks out of it just to test it? So I'm quite happy that mine are genuine. Some other people on there, I think, what's her name? Metallic Reality. She's done that test as well. I've done that to prep meat for her, and her coins were kosher too. Run to the woods. My silver coins has white chocolate in the middle. I would send them back immediately, sir. Or if not, send them to my son and he will verify them for you. You might not get any chocolate back.
I actually hung some chocolate ones on the tree.
Oh my God, I've got to keep my... Is murder with chocolate. My son, give him chocolate and he turns into Linford Christie on steroids, man. He's just mental. What's this? Love to talk to someone from the community about it maybe next time. Talk about what? Silver? Chocolate coins? Oh dear, what's this? English Republican. Don't worry, folks. They can... Oh God, it's politics. If you want to talk politics and religion, see you later. I don't care. I'm not having none of that. Sound test. Yeah, it's worked for me, Keith. It's all good in the hood. Never had a problem yet. Just going through the comments here. 10 minutes till I'm off. Don't melt your coins. No, I don't think I'll be melting coins, to be honest. I'm quite happy how they are. But they're going to be really good at some point for bartering, etc. Especially when they're pushing cashless big style. We even see it down south before we moved up here. Some shops are saying, at last we are now cashless. And I think from shop owners' perspective, maybe it is a pain to once a week go to the bank with a great big huge bag of cash, you know, with security in question and queuing up outside banks because of the issue. So you got that side of the story, which is, I can understand. That sounds plausible, to be honest. But when you think about it, to be fair, people have been doing it that way for over 100 years. So you thought people would sort of accept that and get used to it by now. But no, the cashless thing, they're saying, oh, you can spread diseases on that little plastic note, you know. So either way, I just prefer to use cash as much as I possibly can. Any chance of setting up on Telegram? Upload vids there too. I'm on Telegram, but I only use it for private messaging. I'm not going to be doing a group, so I just haven't got the time, Karen, and I haven't got the internet. So I'm already doing YouTube and I'm doing Instagram. That takes up loads of my time when I've got the internet. But trying to stick another platform on there as well, I just can't really do it. Sorry. What's going on here? That's it. It's the end of the world as we know it. Wow. Maybe not just yet. Maybe Planet X is going to slow down a little bit. Oh, but we didn't say that. Right, we say the axis of evil, North Korea. Trust me, there's loads of like enemies out there, isn't there? We got the Russians, we got the Chinese, we got the North Koreans, you got the Iranians, you got the Israelis. All of these people just squabbling all the time. You know, just leave them alone. That's what I say. None of our business. Anyway, yeah, that's going politics. I don't want to talk about that. Anyone seen the Joe Rogan podcast with the cardiologist? No, mate. No, I need the internet. I'm a bit out of touch at the moment. People thinking about leaving their jobs and moving out to the countryside. That's good. Oh man, lots of people. Oh, still waiting. Everyone's talking politics in here. Right. Right, okay. Yeah, no more politics. So yeah, like I said before, there's lots coming down the road. There's nothing you can do about it really. All you can do is prepare. So like I said earlier, and it makes perfectly good sense, if you've got the money now, buy stuff like food and water purifiers and kit and equipment, even sleeping bags, things like that, if you haven't got enough for all of your family members. The reality is, I'll bet you any money that if something costs £1 now, in 6 months' time, it will be more than that. And it'll be on multiple things, okay? So if you have got the money, I advise you to get stuff now, or especially over the January sales, that'd be a good time to keep your eyes peeled. Because everything's going to be more expensive at that point in time. So you're going to be saving money. And also, don't forget, as the issue progresses, supply demand's going to be stretched as well. Okay, so when you're used to going on Amazon or going online and click and buy, and it's turned up in 3 or 4 days, there's going to come a point where that 3 or 4 days could be 3 or 4 months. Okay, Now it's easy, especially if you've ordered lots of stuff, you're going to lose track on everything because it's coming months and months and months down the line. Say, you know, you bought something for the summer and it takes 3 months and already autumn's coming. You know, you've missed out on all that sort of stuff. So try and get it in advance. That's sound advice, I think. And another thing, before you guys jog on, can you hit the thumbs up? Because, yeah, I think there's like 70 or 80 odd people that haven't done it yet. So I'd appreciate it if you just come out to chat and do that. You've only got to do it once. It really, really helps. So, oh man, everyone's still banging on about Joe Rogan and politics. Oh God. So yeah. Anyway, enough of all that nonsense. What can you do to prepare? I would look at the stuff that you have got that you've put set aside for emergencies. Really go over it. Check it all. Okay. Make sure that your batteries work. If you've got a voltmeter, just put it on DC. Check your batteries. Check your voltage. Make sure they're good. Make sure that they're not going to short out on anything metal as well. Okay. One little tip that I'll come up with years ago, which I've not heard anyone else do, is if you get your devices like batteries, walkie-talkies, radios, whatever it is, put the batteries in them, but back to front. Okay. What that does, I've been doing this since 2012, and I've not had one problem where it's leaked or got corroded. Okay, but the batteries have been fine. All you have to do is remember to take the back off and turn the batteries the correct way round. All that does is it keeps the batteries in the device and not outside, because if you lose your batteries and you open it up, there's nothing in there, you're screwed. So it keeps them with it so they don't get lost and they won't short out or drain or lose power. All right. So that one seems to work all right. So yeah, check everything, okay? Especially if you've got a bit of time off over Christmas. And, you know, you're like most of us, you don't watch TV no more. There's more to do in life than sit there watching that rectangle box for hours every day. Just go through some of your preps. Make sure that your sleeping bags are aired, not jammed into a bug out bag, okay? Because the longer that a sleeping bag's compressed, the less loft it's going to have and hold insulation to keep you warm. All right. So try and keep sleeping bags hung up if you can. That's the best way. If you've got like a big coat hanger, hang them up somewhere. Okay. If they're laid down and you've got other stuff laying down, you're still compressing it to an extent. So the best thing is just to hang them up out of the way. Make sure that every family member has their own sleeping bag. Okay. Make sure it's in good condition. The moths haven't got to it. The zips work. All that sort of thing. It takes seconds to check, all right? Just go through some of your stuff. Water filters, make sure that they're not gone out of date. Make sure that they still work, okay? All of your pairs of boots and stuff, make sure that they're all waxed and they're all supple, okay? There's nothing worse than having a pair of boots that they're covered in mud, you forgot about, it's been there for a year, and you go to use them and you're starting to crack and you're getting splits in. Some of the soles have come away where they've just been left dry, brittle, and covered in crap, right? You want to make sure that they're clean. You've got air around them and they're waxed, they're dubbing. You've got some sort of polish on them to keep that leather supple. Really important, okay? Because when you're going to really need to wear your pair of boots, when you're going to need to use them, you want to make sure that they're in tip-top condition. You don't want to put them on and 2 miles later they're all cracking because you haven't kept them supple and you haven't looked after them. You're screwed, because I'll guarantee you at a time like that, you're going to be so far away. At that time, things could be so bad, you won't be able to go to a shop and buy some more, so you're stuck with a busted pair of boots. So little things like that, every bit of maintenance, if you get a bit of time, always worth going over. Make sure that your knives are good as well. Now, lots of us have knives, all right? Some of them are carbon steel. The problem with carbon steel, you get any moisture, any rain, any damp, they will rust, okay? So if that happens, just use some fine steel wool, bit of WD-40, something like that, and just keep rubbing it till you got all that surface rust off. Once you've done that, wash it all off with hot soapy water. Clean it right off with a kitchen towel. Once you've done that, I personally use 3-in-1 oil, okay? Just squirt it over the blade, kitchen paper, and just wipe it. Leave it for like 5 or 10 minutes, put it back in its sheath, done. Do that with every knife. Obviously, the more knives that you got, the more that you're going to, more time you're going to spend checking through all this stuff, okay? Very, very important, because like I said, if you don't look after your stuff, it's always going to happen. When you're going to really need it, something's not going to be 100%. And it could be that tiny little flaw, which is going to cause a lot of problems, all right? So that's my advice. If you've got a bit of downtime over Christmas, go through your preps, check it all, make sure it's all good. And then you'll be glad you did, because you shouldn't have to worry about it until spring or summer, okay, when you go out to start doing more training, etc. with your kit. So that would be pretty much how I would go. Wow, that's cool. Thanks for your donation, dude. Guardian Prepping. It's got ZAR. What currency is that? On the other ZAR. It's 70. ZAR. Guardian Prepping. Whereabouts are you from, sir? That would be interesting to know, because I'm curious now. Have a fantastic Christmas. That's cool. Stay funky. See you on the next stream. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to be doing another live stream, but I'm hoping to do one before the end of the year, and if I'm very lucky, before Christmas too. I might even try and do one tomorrow with Lee at the shop. That'd be fun, but it'll be in the daytime before 5. So it is what it is. Here we go. Tip: put a small container of coconut oil in your kit. Can be used for sharpening, rust prevention, cooking, lip balm. Oh, that's a good point. You know, I went vegan for 3 years, and I'll tell you what, coconut oil, the organic, 100% cold press stuff, it's fantastic. It's so versatile, like you wouldn't believe. ZAR is South African. Ah, it's the South African rand, my friend. Thank you very much, my friend. Cool, file yeah, cool, established. 333. Wow, look at that. Skull and bones. Anyway, that's enough of that. Right, thanks for all of the moderators who have come along and kept all of this clean. And it's hard to try and keep politics out of it, and religion, because politics and religion, they always get arguing. And, you know, hour and a half, who wants to spend it arguing? We want to try and learn stuff, okay, and help each other, because, like Cole said, we need to focus on communities now, and it's true. So, once again, everyone, all of you moderators, you know who you are. Absolutely top job, really, really smart. And I'll have to sort you guys out one of these days when I'll get some money coming in. I'm going to get something nice for you lot. Because it's awesome, the service you guys do. You really do appreciate it. So, thanks, Horace. Appreciate that. That's all cool. So 200 people in the chat. That's pretty neat. That's not bad, actually, for a holiday home on a little tripod of a phone. Goodness gracious me. Awesome. And thanks to everyone who's donated as well. That seriously was unexpected. And that Tactical, who's done it again. Oh my God. That guy is a legend. He really is. And no one knows who he is. He's a secret millionaire. And of course, everyone who's taken part in the chat, everyone who's commented, it all helps. Because people watch this on the replay, okay, and they go through it and they see what you guys have been putting content in here. So that really, really helps. So top draw, you guys. So without further ado, thanks for watching. Stay funky.